Boom, boom, boom. Stay locked, because we're the bomb.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG, reaching you from sunny and wet Lagos. My name is Shola Rogers.
My name is Oladolukwam. You know, the one and only. I'm here again.
My name is Sokumbo Ojekunle. How are you doing?
Okay, so it is the Boom Bar again, right here on your Boom Radio NG. And interestingly, we're having like a whole lot of things to talk about. Funny enough, not a whole lot of things. It's just,
Few, but many.
yes. Yeah, pretty much. So, right, today's show, we're going to be talking about the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. There's been a lot of controversies, right, around the winning of the Ballon d'Or. There's also the amazing fact that for the first time ever, a Nigerian is the first African to grace the stages of the Ballon d'Or. There are a lot of first for Nigeria concerning the Ballon d'Or, yeah? Also, there's a lot of news coming from the presidency that we'll look into. Also, news updates from River State. Also, updates from the Mobad issue. There's quite a number of things to also look into there. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into today's show. No, as we all know, the Ballon d'Or was yesterday. And for people that do not know what it is the literally the celebration of footballers, basically, the best of the best all around the world.
Outstanding.
Yeah, basically. And of course, the Lionel Messi, a lot of people want different things. Yeah, it's funny how there are a lot more awards in the show other than just the best male footballer of the year. But that is always overshadowed by who wins the best footballer, which makes sense. Yeah, I will not even lie. Makes sense. But there are a few other things that where they're actually going to be looking at. Okay, so first things first, FC Barcelona Femini won the Women's Club of the Year. I think they've been doing fantastically well compared to the men's club. They're doing really, really well. And Manchester City, for the second time in a row, got the best club of the year. Oh, yeah. And I think that those two things are really like undisputed. Yes, I think that Manchester City is the best club in the world at the moment. There's nobody that's done it better than them.
Fine.
There really is nobody at the moment. But so I think that makes a lot of sense. Ballon d'Or Femini was won by Aitane Bonmati. That's the best female footballer of the year. Also, Vinicius Jr. won the Socrates Award. Emiliano Martinez won the Yashin Trophy, basically the best goalkeeper. Helen Haaland won the Gerd Müller Trophy. Jude Bellingham won the Copa Trophy. And, of course, Lionel Messi won his 8th Ballon d'Or.
Why did you took a pause there? I'm a little bit concerned though. I'm not really an ardent follower, but I still come across names, and I feel sometimes that why him? It's all sounding challenging, right? What were those special grace? But for me, again, I asked that question. I will now ask that question. What are the yardsticks they consider in putting this together? Maybe you want to enlighten me a bit. I'm lost
I think
sometimes.
that really it's just about a number of people that are chosen to vote. I think the bit of the journalists, the coaches, and basically sports stakeholders and all that vote.
What projects what are they looking for? Okay.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I think that people are just there are a number of nominees, and then they give people points, and then with that you get to win. But before we even get to break that down, I know that this is the first time Victor Osimhen ended up 8th in that category, and this is the first time a Nigerian has ever gotten that far. So I think that it's a good step.
For Nigeria.
Yeah, I think that for his career as well. I think that it would have been foolhardy anybody to think that he was going to win it. Really, actually, I didn't think he was.
Well, he found his name on the list.
Yes, but I think that he's had a fantastic year. At the moment, he's one of the best footballers in the world. At the moment, he's doing fantastic, and yes, we can see that. For you to be ranked among the top 10 footballers in the world, I think that is beautiful. Also, we saw Rema with who's a Nigerian musician who graced the stage, who's the first African to ever grace the stage of the Ballon d'Or. I think that this is also a testament to how Nigerian music has gone far above and beyond. And we're not talking about Nigerian music getting into mainstream music. We're talking about Nigerian music being mainstream music now. What everybody wants to listen, what everybody wants to associate with. I think that it is fantastic.
Yeah, I also believe that coming from where you are, Durupo, I believe that it's also a very good time for the Nigerian entertainment scene to capture the essence of the moment. Sometimes we just let these things go and fly off the table as if they're not really there. But I think honestly that it's a very good time for us as a country to put some concentration in the area of entertainment.
Into those things, yes, I agree.
Encourage other people to come up. But really, those guys are doing really incredible things now.
Yeah.
Really incredible things.
A few weeks ago, there was, the Footballers Awards in the UK, and the artist that performed was Davido. And that was massive. Like, you're looking at him and you're like, oh, yeah, it's a Nigerian artist performing at that prestigious award. Rewind or go back to the World Cup. There was a World Cup song. 3 artists from the world. There was a Nigerian on it.
Yeah.
It was Davido. There's Burna performing at this major.
At the NBA, I think it was at the
NBA. There's Thames and all. And there's Rema, So Weezy, Thames, all of them have gone beyond the realm of Africa.
Yeah.
Beyond the realm of Nigeria.
They have.
And they are global icons now.
Yeah, and sorry, something just occurred to me. Many years back, we didn't have anything we were exporting to the outside world. It was difficult. It was really difficult. We had some vices.
Are you talking musically? Because I was going to disagree with you.
No,
when you said,
a little bit.
When you say anything.
We didn't have much. No, music is fine. When I said years back, well, maybe I'm sounding
whatever years
like
that you're talking about.
Now.
No, please.
Maybe.
Hold it,
Shola.
You should please tell us.
No, there was
the time span you're looking at.
No,
but
there was a time
when you say we didn't
when
have
you mention
anything.
Nigeria, okay, fine in context than anything, anything. When you mention Nigeria, usually I'm excited about what's happening.
Oh,
the
yeah,
books have turned.
It is fantastic.
The books have turned. There used to be the dark books,
it is fantastic.
But it's changing. Things have really gone really up the tempo for Nigerian artists.
Yeah, it has. So before we actually go to the issue of I felt that I needed to explain some things to people. So for Jude Bellingham, who is a Real Madrid player and an English player. First things first, I think that is the first English player to ever win the Copa Trophy. And the Copa Trophy is basically for the best footballer performing player in the world under the age of 21.
Okay.
I think that it is a huge deal. Part of it, the things that you wonder, you're like, how do I explain it? You can't dispute it. Literally, he is who he is. Jude Bellingham is doing beautifully at the moment. There is nothing that you want to say that that you can dispute the fact that he didn't deserve that award. Also, Erling Haaland won the Gerd Müller Award, which recognizes the best striker. He was the best striker last season. He scored 56 goals for his club and country and broke the Premier League record for the most goals in a single season.
Before this show, I was have a chat show with Shola. And Shola use the term, this guy is just a machine. And honestly, I have watched this guy. Not everybody would agree, but there's just something about the guy. He goes out, very, very, not effortlessly, with a lot of energy, and he gets what he wants to get, But as Lulupo said earlier, he's not the only one who's playing.
The truth for me is that it is about the team. I think that someone like an Erling Haaland, if you put him in another kind of team, he probably would not be as fantastic. I'm not taking anything away from him. But if we link that to the idea, because now there's been a controversy about how he should have won the Ballon d'Or instead of Messi. Two things that I think that why it didn't happen is, well, because people are human beings and we vote, that no matter how removed you want people to be, there'll still be a bit of sentimental. And I think that because of that, until there's some mad, fantastic person out there, or the likes of Messi and Ronaldo stop playing, I don't think anybody else will
stop
be
playing. I think we still have a lot.
Well, no, I think they're going to retire very soon. They're not getting any younger. I think they're going to retire very soon. So I think that until they really stop playing, we probably would not see.
So the field is still crowded with them there now.
What?
The field is still choked up with their presence.
Yes, but also,
some
there's
guys are coming
we've
up.
seen. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that we saw in the past 10, 12 years, we've seen spectacular football from these two people. To me, I've still not seen anybody that is doing it like they've done it. So I think that that's one of the issues. There will always be the comparison between these two people and everybody else. That's one. Two, my issue with it is that as much as, yes, Erling Haaland is doing really well for his club, it's a combination of everything. I think that one of the issues that probably happened was the fact that his country didn't go to the World Cup.
Okay.
Not his fault,
Not
but
his fault. Yeah.
I've
They didn't even qualify.
I've listened to you guys, and I would like to weigh in. Lionel Messi wins 8th Ballon d'Or. This is the record, according to one of the wire services, said record extending. 8th. Nobody comes close now. Nobody. 8th. It's number 8th. Now, in the years that he has won, if you look at every year that he has won, you would hear arguments of how he led Barcelona to the Champions League, how they won the domestic league in Spain. Do you understand? Now, let me give you some statistics. Not even statistics now, facts. UEFA Player of the Year, Erling Haaland, is the winner. He won it, I think it was August this year.
This year, August, yeah.
Premier League Player of the Year of the season, Erling Haaland. Premier League Golden Boot, Erling Haaland. Champions League top scorer, Erling Haaland. FA Cup, Erling Haaland. Premier League. Should I continue?
No.
But you know that most of these things that you said is about the Premier League.
Wait.
It's not just about the Premier League.
Wait.
But it's a performance
It's shocking.
rating. It's a performance
It's
rating.
shocking that you can discredit
All those.
let's leave the Premier, the UEFA Player of the Year. It's
But
shocking.
remember that happened.
It's shocking.
I think it was.
that
was it
you
no, I don't
can
know. Sure
discredit it.
No.
Now,
What I'm saying is that if I remember correctly, there was a year. I think it was. There was a year when Van Dijk won the. Was it Van Dijk? Yeah, that won the UEFA Player of the Year, and he didn't win.
the same
happens.
the same Van Dijk won Golden Boot.
No.
Look, the awards are skewed. They are skewed sorry, sir. They are skewed towards forward players. So, apart from maybe was it Cannavaro or someone that won the Ballon d'Or, you would find it hard. You run through the list of winners: Shevchenko, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. They're always out and out strikers and forward, players.
The strikers.
So Van Dijk not winning, yeah, you understand. He's a defender, and I'm not saying he's right, but I'm just saying that's how the awards are. But this is a forward player who has cleared virtually every award that was possible.
Holland has done well.
Erling Haaland, without sentiment, for me, deserved to be the Ballon d'Or winner.
He didn't win the World Cup.
Now, if we are going to use the World Cup as the parameter for Ballon d'Or, then let them host these awards every 4 years. The previous World Cup winner, the previous World Cup, in the year of that World Cup, Lionel Messi was shite. I'm sorry if I'm allowed. I didn't say the real one. Shite, you know. Ronaldo was, yeah.
Team out.
But there were other players who had done well. But guess who they gave it to? Luka Modric.
Yeah.
Luka Modric. Why? Did he win the World Cup? Did he win the World
He got
Cup?
to the finals.
Didn't someone win the World Cup?
He got to the finals.
Okay, who won the World Cup that year?
France.
Do you see how flawed? Do you understand? Now,
I get you.
in
At
the
that point, they didn't consider the winner of the
World Cup.
They didn't.
That's the point I've been trying to make. In the year of the World Cup that Modric won it, he didn't win the World Cup.
In fact,
Ronaldo didn't get it.
That year, I thought that Ronaldo was going to get it. I feel that year it was more about not wanting either Ronaldo or Messi to
Okay,
win
so
it.
why? So why
But
are you not
I've
saying?
said-
If
but
you're
like I
saying
said
if you're saying
before-
it's about feelings, if you're saying that's the parameter, if that's the yardstick is about feelings, then you cannot tell me that Alan did not deserve it. You can just say that the feeling is for Messi to win it because Messi was not great last season until the World Cup. And at the World Cup, it was good. It was good, but it was not out of the world. It was not out of the world fantastic. It was not that spectacular. But yes,
Not the usual Messi.
I will not take away the fact that he led his country to the World Cup. Even after losing to a team like, I'm sorry, Saudi Arabia. I don't mean to diss you guys, but it's true. You guys are worlds apart. You know? But
it is what it is.
But having said all of that, if we want to have an award that is actually credible and that is actually something that you can beat your chest with and say this award is impeccable, the results are on point, it will not be the Ballon d'Or, as glamorous as it is, because you used the parameter of World Cup to justify Messi's winning, and I took you back 4 years to when Luka Modric won. And he didn't win the World Cup. Messi didn't win the World Cup. Ronaldo didn't win the World Cup. And the person who won, there was a player in Modric's club. So whatever he had achieved in his club, that person achieved it, and the person played for France. Did he win the Ballon d'Or? No. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're going with
the
facts,
conclusion is
if you're
that
going,
the whole thing is flawed.
It's just a flawed award that is glamorous and prestigious, and they always use it to suppress, real talent.
I believe so too, because I'm not really a football. I'm careful.
Like I
But
said,
I still do not
a
see
part
why
of me-
Holland can be.
A part of me feels
We'll argue
that
that.
Tokumbo.
until these two
We'll
people
argue that out.
stop playing football,
Tokumbo.
there is always going to be a bias towards them.
Tokumbo, look at the winners of the Ballon d'Or. Let me go back to the time before Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi started winning. And that was in 2007. Kaká of Brazil.
Yeah.
No argument that year. Everybody knew it was Kaká. You get Fabio Cannavaro. That's the one I was referring to. And go and check the position that Cannavaro plays. But before Cannavaro, there was Ronaldinho, there's Shevchenko, Pavel Nedved, Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo. Michael Owen, Luis Figo, Rivaldo, Zinedine Zidane, the real Ronaldo again, Matteo Sama, George Weah. George Opong Weah. In that year that George Weah won it, that was 95. He also won the African footballer. As in, he won.
He did.
The awards that George Weah won, some people will never get it because he got the European, he got the African, he got the best African in Europe. He just packed all those awards. You understand? I get that. So fast forward or move forward to the time that these two amazing players now took over the stage. It was Cristiano Ronaldo first, then Messi, then Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldo, until that shambolic award.
No, I think that was the worst of them all.
They gave it to Luka Modric. And I'm saying, what exactly did Luka do?
I think it was the worst of it all.
Luka Modric was not the best
Personally,
player
I think it
in
was
the
worst
world
of it all.
at
And I
that
think
time.
they just did not want Ronaldo or Messi to win that game.
So
I believe so.
So if you're saying
it's
that,
possible
then
to
that's
change
why we're
things.
saying that this is flawed.
So,
Because
like I said,
the man-
remember I started with the fact that there are people involved in it. And so
Yeah,
there's
and
probably
it's
a
votes.
sentimental attachment
You said so.
to a certain number of
you
people.
said so, Dolupo. You
And the
did.
truth is that it's always about this particular award. Every other single award left to me, you will see, and then nobody talks about it that much. But is it really, was it deserving of everybody they gave it to? Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
there was a particular year, because they didn't want one particular player to win it, they didn't even award it.
Oh, yeah. I think that was Lewandowski.
Then the following year, they created another category for him. That man deserved the Ballon d'Or.
He did. Yeah, Lewandowski.
And they didn't give it to him.
You could have given it to him without a ceremony. It was COVID, yes.
They cancelled it.
You cancelled it, but you could have given him that whole thing.
Then you now
You
went to
have to
create
have-
one funny category for him. Come on. You see, when awards are organized like this, it just makes me see through the whole system.
Yes, it's so
I see through it,
think
and I say to myself,
I'll advise you
I
don't
beg,
waste more time.
let's not.
Anyway,
Let's
well, the truth is that whether we feel it's skewed or not, next year we're still going to wait for who wins the Ballon d'Or again.
And there'll be
Funny
more
thing,
Nigerians performing.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy with everybody that won the award. I'm not seeing. I don't know. We never know what's gonna happen the next 1 year. But the truth is, I think it's probably officially the end of an era of Messi and Ronaldo winning the Ballon d'Or. Never know what's gonna happen next one.
This
year.
Ballon d'Or
are you
next year
saying-
now, they will give it to Ronaldo. You will see. Okay.
And they will say probably, let's
He did a lot. He did a lot.
He did a lot.
You
He did a
know,
lot.
He carried his
look at what he
team.
did for Portugal. Yeah, Atigbo.
No, I don't think so. I think this is probably the end of.
You don't
but,
think so?
But shout out to
You don't
them.
think so?
Okay.
You don't think so?
Ronaldo
But
has how many Ballon d'Ors? He has 5. Messi has 8. I don't know if anybody else.
I think
is
the only
gonna
ones.
get
Come
to-
now.
But the
What
truth
now?
is that
is the truth?
they're actually good.
No, they're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad.
No, don't say they are bad.
No,
They're
I'm not saying they are bad.
amazing.
Oversight
They are
is good.
actually amazing footballers.
Come on.
That's the truth.
Come on.
If you pick any of these players now and pick Ronaldo and Messi when they were that age and you put them together and then you wonder like how much of these did you people do? They're amazing.
if that's your
These people are in their late 30s.
if that's your parameter and your yardstick, Erling Haaland deserves the Ballon d'Or. If that's your parameter or your yardstick,
because
He's
young,
the highest.
agile,
Wait. He's the highest. He
quite
broke the record
successful.
in the Premier League. We are not checking because at 21, Ronaldo or Messi did not play the Premier League.
what are you saying now? You said that if you compare the
This
people
guy
here
deserves
now
to be broken.
at their age, and
At
look
this
at what
age.
Haaland has
At this
done.
age.
The same.
I think he deserves something.
Where was Ronaldo?
Big.
Ronaldo was at Man United. He was at Man United. He had check. You can cross check. You can fact check. So what exactly? I don't get you. You're just against Alan. It's obvious that everything Alan
No, I'm
for
trying
you.
not to conclude on
No,
that.
I have concluded that she's just against Alan. It's glaring. It's not the first time she's doing this when it comes to Ellen Alan. So
Really?
I'm
Like I
serious.
said, no, I don't think I am
no,
against
it's not
him.
the. Fa-
I think that he just
I-
waits for his turn.
She's against the
Nah,
guy.
you are
No,
not.
I'm not.
And
You
I
are
think
not.
he's just wait for his turn.
Oh,
It's not his
no.
turn yet.
Look, guys, good.
There's no way.
And the truth is
There's-
that if he's not careful,
Is it
someone
about
like
turn? Is it about
a-
turn by turn as
yes,
you say in Nigeria?
Yes.
Oh,
because
it's turn by turn.
Yes, I
It
think
is.
there's a lot of competition going forward. There's him
That's
now.
why the awards are
There's,
not as credible as you think they are.
Never
There's
be.
the person of Jude Bellingham that is doing amazing right now. So I think that at the moment people need to step up their game because a lot of people are picking up.
You see, Dolupo, you keep shifting the goalpost. When we were having this discussion, you said Alan did not take his country to the World Cup and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now you are bringing a Jude Bellingham who is having a good season so far. They are not even halfway yet.
Yeah.
What has he done for his country?
Like I said, next year we
Because
never
you
know
use
what
that
is
country
gonna
thing
happen.
to
He
push the
plays
Messi
in England.
agenda.
He plays in England,
Now-
so we don't know what's going to
now-
happen next one year.
now,
There's
my-
going to be
my-
Euros in 2024.
My final submission on this
Yes.
is I waited for her to run through the list of winners. After all those awards that Alan had won that I mentioned, she mentioned the team of the year, and it's Alan's team, not Messi's team, not even the Argentina that won the World Cup.
No, it's team of the year. Everybody knows that the messages it will just be out of place.
It's not
The
PSG.
Team, no, the team has nothing to do. Yes, it has to do with Haaland, but
has
it's
nothing
not
to
just
do.
him.
Ha!
But it
It
has
is
to
a
do.
whole team.
Ha!
No, wait. I'm not
Look,
saying
ha!
no. Sorry.
Okay, she's saying sorry. She's saying sorry.
It is not about just him. It is
Yeah.
the team.
Say
He's
Lily.
just one person.
no.
In about no, wait.
Ah.
But are you joking? It's a team.
I'm not saying
But you could sit down there and tell us that it was Messi.
It's not just
That won the
about-
World Cup for his team.
Yes.
And now you're saying Haaland is not about Haaland.
No.
Ha.
No.
Hey.
No.
Remove
No.
all
No.
of Haaland's goals and assists for Man City.
No.
Remove every assist.
Are you saying
and
that
goal.
if you remove every good midfielder in that team, are you think Haaland is going to be who he
This
is?
guy. Oh no, nobody plays
I
alone.
think that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
That
but you
team
made
is
it. You
a
made it look
complete
like
team.
Messi playing was good,
No,
and he was
I'm not
playing
saying,
alone.
I'm not saying that he's playing
And it was his
alone,
achievement.
But you can categorically say that Messi carries his team. It's the same way you will see a Ronaldo in Portugal and say
But
that he carries.
no.
I don't think Haaland carries his
Messi-
team
Messi
because if
carries
you
his
remove,
team.
wait,
Didn't
sorry,
didn't
sorry,
come-
if
okay.
you remove a Haaland from that team, yes, he does not play. Is Man City? Yes, they still are Man
Remove
City.
all his goals. Remove all his
I'm not
contributions.
saying that he does not play or he doesn't score
Remove-
goals.
remove
I'm
it.
saying that if the days Erling Haaland does not play in that team,
Tokumbo.
does it
Tokumbo.
do they stop being the
Tokumbo.
fantastic
In the
Man City?
season.
No, they're not.
In the season
Tokumbo.
that Man City was voted the best team, Haaland was voted the best player.
Great player. Yes.
What does that tell you?
I remember.
What does that tell you? Why didn't they vote
There
those
would be-
other people in the team?
There's a collective effort for a team. I agree.
Everybody
But
knows that.
every team also has
A
individual,
star.
individual stars.
And
They
that's
do.
Erling Haaland.
And that was how Messi and Co started.
Yes. That's Erling Haaland.
not saying
How
that
can someone be
So he should wait
voted?
for his turn.
How can someone be voted? How can someone be voted the highest goal scorer and the most valuable player and all of that?
In
And
the
you're
Premier
saying
League. In the Premier League.
in Europe,
Shala, you're not
In
listening.
Europe.
You're not listening.
in UEFA.
She said he should wait for his turn.
No, there's no such thing as wait for his turn.
Okay.
There's no such thing.
At the moment,
It's just
there is-
It's
is
and he
you-
has
it's
done.
it's
That's
it's
why.
a bias. It's a bias that is astounding. Because for me, for me, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. When I see talent,
No.
I respect and I
The
bow.
guy is good.
Erling Haaland,
I will
is-
say that
Erling
he's-
Haaland
no,
is
anybody can see that.
Erling
he's a
Haaland
fantastic
right
player.
now. There's
He's a
no one
fantastic
like
player.
that boy. No one.
Any which way,
Nobody.
let's move
Nobody
on.
comes close.
Okay.
Nobody.
Let's move on to something else. Do we move on? Okay, I agree. Now, moving on from that, let's break the ice a little bit. And let's go on to something interesting. A video that popped up yesterday where someone who people thought was a policewoman, apparently isn't a policewoman, it's just a singer, decided to murder our national anthem on international TV because that screen was live and they were paid to go on cable. So everybody could see the national and international disgrace.
Are you sure it wasn't a comedian? A comedian?
No.
Okay, all right.
So, because the lady has now come out to apologize for not singing the national anthem properly. You know what does it for me was the look on Governor Uzodima's face. So there was a police conference, and she was even adorned in a police uniform, and she's a pretty lady, pretty lady. But then she murdered the national anthem, and I was wondering, even makes it worse because now she comes out and then she's a singer. I was talking about this with a friend of mine last night, and she was like, that may be stage fright, like, because she's a policewoman, maybe she's not used to this kind of thing. What's of? She is a singer. Are you telling me that she didn't rehearse?
A minute, did she get the flow of the music wrong, or did she get the
lyrics were all over the place.
The lyrics were all over.
You see, the problem is until we start to do picture in picture and we start to play back these videos, we need to start doing that thing. I don't know why we're holding back. That's when you will get the gravity
of what she did,
of what we're talking about. Tokumbo, how on earth would you step on a stage and destroy the national anthem in a way that it makes me second guess myself? Like, okay, maybe I'm the one that doesn't, because this person is wearing a police uniform.
I was gonna ask,
so I'm like, okay,
is it okay
maybe
for
I'm the one that
people that are not
don't get
police
it.
to actually wear police uniform?
There are some passes you can be giving passes when it comes to the police.
Yes.
You know, they have the spy police and different things.
Yeah.
So there are passes that they can give you and all of that. But that does not even come close to the fact that
So disgraceful. What?
Oh God, disgrace.
an adult
was
gets I heard she has apologized, right? But she
I would
shouldn't
just
have
be
she
quiet.
shouldn't have done it at all. She shouldn't have
You
done
don't
it at
know
all.
it.
And
Keep
you know,
quiet.
having this discussion off air, we're back and forth and everything. And I said to myself, I was saying to, someone, I said, let me tell you, it's nothing to do with stage fright and all of that. It has more to do with not knowing. Do you understand? And I said, again, I am willing, and I hope we're going to start doing that, to take the microphone and the camera to the streets and ask Nigerians to sing the national anthem.
So that would be great.
Then you will understand what's going on.
I understand.
I know that a lot of people don't know the national anthem.
Okay, so you
Shall
people
I-
don't get it.
but that
Wait,
is
you
not-
people don't get it, though.
Land.
See, it's okay.
Land.
I don't think it's okay
Yes.
for people not to know the national anthem.
But it's-
because it is you. If you went to primary school and you went to secondary school, and maybe sometimes even in university, you will be asked to sing those things, and you literally learn those things in primary school. Literally, you don't. They don't teach you in secondary school. They assume that you've already learned it in primary school. Yeah, so I get it. Or maybe people forget, and a lot of people pass that. It's national anthem is not what they're thinking about. I get it. But you cannot come on the stage. You were literally paid for this basic thing. You were literally told this is what you're going to do. You came on stage for that sole purpose. I think it is the height of mediocrity that anybody would come on stage. You knew it was not a what's the word now? It wasn't an impromptu thing. You knew that was what you were coming on stage to do, and then you fumble it. And no.
Okay,
Now-
let me quickly let me say something about national anthems. Was she a compare?
She was
She's
a singer.
She wasn't comparing, right?
No.
Okay, it got to the item of the national anthem.
Yeah,
so
and
to
she was
speak.
invited
And she was
to
invited
sing.
to sing as a singer.
To basically coordinate the
So
singing.
sometimes you get to
Sadly.
that. Sadly, sometimes you get to that point, and and I have seen people run off that kind of assignment at the last minute because they are not sure.
Exactly.
So so don't go.
And what pains me the more is that she said she apologized. Sometimes
Because the pressure, everybody's talking about it now.
apologies worsen things for
like
me
we're
sometimes.
doing.
You get
Yeah, apologies
I
just
thought I was the only one.
where
You know,
where?
we were just assuming before.
Why?
Now she has now come out and said, number one, she's not a police officer.
You
Number
know,
two, she's actually a singer.
what-
Number three, she was actually
What shocks me the most?
Singer. Okay.
What shocks me the most
Yes.
is that I don't know what they were trying to achieve. Whatever it is, they're falling flat on their faces by bringing a person to sing the anthem, and the person does not know the anthem. You get? They have the police band. It's one of the finest bands in the land.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
The
lovely.
the
Nigerian
band
police
just
band.
needed to play, and that was it.
Disciplined band. Very
You know,
disciplined
they could
band.
have played it.
They could-
They
have-
didn't need someone to
they-
sing.
they have
Once
the-
the band
they have-
played, people would just sing along.
I have anchored an event
Yeah.
where the band, the DJ that came through, didn't have the anthem.
Yeah.
And while everybody was scrambling, I just went online, downloaded the version that
So
I
the
felt
version-
was right.
And then
I gave
bang,
the
bang, bang.
DJ my phone. I said, "Give me the microphone." Bang, 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 bang,
Straight away.
bang. You know,
yeah.
behind stage, all of this was happening. But in front there, nobody knew what was going on, you know.
no.
So let's do it, you know. So I don't understand what the organizers were trying to achieve, but it's extremely disgraceful to
Very.
put someone out there on the stage at a police conference that doesn't know how to sing the national anthem. And I know a lot of you guys don't know how to sing the national anthem.
Even the pledge.
Don't even go there. Don't even
Even
go
the
there.
pledge.
Don't even go there. I'm sure that even makes it worse.
Oh God
That
of
one-
creation.
Oh, you ask people to
direct
sing
shadow
the
because-
second. That's not the pledge.
That's the second stanza.
Ask
Okay,
people
that
to
one,
sing
yeah,
that
that's right.
second stanza.
Now-
game over.
Now-
Game over.
Which of the game is over?
Everything.
Tokumbo, the one that you are familiar with, you know, Nigeria.
No,
we
you are
hail
familiar with that too.
thee. No, not really.
Who taught you?
Not
Not
really.
really.
Not
Who
really.
Not
taught
really.
you? Who taught you?
I heard it from you. Oh, their native land.
Anyway, moving on from that, and let's go to the House of Representatives, where yesterday the president had written to the House about a 2023 supplementary budget of 2.1 trillion naira, and now it has scaled second reading in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, welcome development. Everybody was always expecting the supplementary,
supplementary
even
budget.
if there was no change of government. The supplementary budget is a tool that government usually, deploys around this time of the year.
Before back.
And the good thing about it is, if you look at the breakdown, what the money is meant for, like the off-cycle elections that are coming up in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa State. INEC, I think, is asking for 18 billion naira, or they're about to run these elections. It's captured in the supplementary budget. Now, there are some projects that they want to kick off, some empowerment projects and everything, and it's also captured in this budget. There's some infrastructural things that they want to kick off. So I looked at it and I said, okay, no, not bad. I don't have a problem with this. Having said all of that, it's time for us, when I say us now, I mean the House of Assembly,
Okay.
to perform the other part of their job, which is that after approving a budget, check the budget performance. Budget performance will keep these people on their toes, because when you fail, you ask for 60 billion, you get 60 billion. Then we need to know how you spent 60 billion, and did you achieve the goals going forward?
If we were able to do that.
Because it's not
then
enough.
it's no longer business as usual.
It's not. It shouldn't
It
be.
shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. So they must be able,
Yeah.
to hold these guys accountable. Hold them and say, look, it's been 30 days. What have you achieved? What's the time frame for this thing? Because budget performance is actually a dangerous thing, even for presidents. I think sometime we read that it's grounds for impeachment or something.
Yeah.
That
Yes, it is.
if you don't,
Do we even have those conversations
don't
at
have-
all?
so but
don't-
year
you
in
don't
year
have the
out, you just hear
conversations.
about budget, you just hear about passing a budget, and that's the end.
Do you know how many of such has gone down the drain?
It should
Nobody
stop.
follows up.
It should
Nobody
stop.
follows.
It should
Nobody
stop.
asks questions.
We can't be just throwing money down the drain.
Nobody
So
asks
I think
questions.
that I agree with you. There should be a lot of work on the budget performance. Now, moving on from that, still talking about a lot of monies. The presidential task force, the chairman of the presidential tax committee, has now talked about a lot of things that they plan to do before December. Reports on how they're planning to reduce taxes to about just 10. One very interesting thing also added was that to reduce the stress on forex, that you're going to, it's now they're going to be asking the National Assembly for laws to prohibit people who run businesses in Nigeria to pay bills or pay
In foreign currency.
in foreign currency.
Yeah, apparently there are some fines and some, some taxes that some companies have to pay in forex. So what they do is that they have to buy forex to pay for a local transaction. You get, and it was explained at some point in time and it made sense. But now looking at where Nigeria is, come on, get the Naira equivalent and let's move on. As long as those companies are paying what they should pay,
Yeah. So it's saying that basically a lot of these things need to change, and they're going to be changing, and they're looking at with everything that the government is doing, that before the end of the year, the exchange rate to the dollar is going to be about 650 to 750 naira.
Projections.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. But I like the way you brought this idea of monitoring to the budget. Okay. This is not just going to be a flying paper mill. Somebody must be held responsible to make sure that we follow it to the letter.
To the letter. I agree.
You walk into the hotel where you are lodged, right? And they don't even have to tell you. You walk in their boutique, you see the snake skin bags there and stuff, and they're actually
asking you for stuff
asking
in
you
dollars.
to pay in dollars. And it's, and I'm asking questions. Okay, who leaves this kind of thing to go by? And nobody's asking questions. But now, okay, so who do we hold responsible when we get to that point?
Maybe the government. So the
government
we
again.
hope that.
So we're going back to government.
We hope that the government now finally puts things in place to actually stop people from doing those things.
That
And
is it.
yeah.
Firm
Yeah.
the decisions
and
around
also enforcement of these laws. Now, also the federal government through the Ministry of Power has said that they are going to be revoking licenses of underperforming electricity distribution and generation companies from now on.
Please, Kia. Don't stay in fact.
It's obvious that not every one of these companies, the generating and either a generating or a Genco or
marketing,
Disco,
yeah.
either one, there are a lot of them that knew next to nothing about the business, but just got these licenses based on God knows what.
Yes.
So we can't continue like that because actually lives are being lost, businesses are dying,
lot.
a lot of things are going awry solely
That's-
because
yeah.
we have incompetent people running those power companies.
Yeah, and a bit of breaking news as the appeal court has now reversed the sack of the APC governorship candidate in Bielsa, Timothy Silva.
Yeah, we saw that coming. If you've been following politics in Nigeria, knowing that Goodluck Jonathan was in a similar situation at some point in time, of course, and you look at it and say, okay, there's no way you can preclude Timothy Silva from contesting, and INEC, and that's why he was prevailing on INEC last week to hold on publishing the list of approved candidates for governorship in Bielsa State, because that would have amounted to him, being disenfranchised.
Yeah, exactly. So we definitely will see. We don't know if this case is going to get to the Supreme Court, but as of now, he is officially the APC candidate in Bayelsa State. We know that those elections are happening next month, if I'm correct. Also, drama that is coming from Rivers State as there's supposed to be a police commission. There is a police commission meeting where the president is presiding over, and it is said that this is supposed to include the FCT minister and 36 governors, and there are pictures of the governor of Rivers State shaking the hand of the FCT minister. But there were stories with the rancor that has happened between yesterday and today, how he seemed to have sacked a lot of people, suspended people, how there are 2 speakers in the house, and all sorts of things. So it's interesting to see how all these things unfold. Also, a particular person, the president of Timmy Frank, has also come out to say that President Tinubu needs to sack former governor and the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, that he's involved in this, is the one that is scattering the whole of the PDP and Rivers State, and that according to the statement, which I'm not sure I understand even up until now, that he is trying to scatter everything and then put a bad name on the APC so that he can contest for presidency in 2027, and then under the PDP, and then put APC to disrepute. And I'm not understanding that matter. It doesn't make plenty sense to me, but
a lot of things wouldn't make sense even in the current situation we are.
If Togo, let me just help you there. The person who's talking, his name is Timmy Frank. Don't stress yourself.
Okay.
Don't even waste your energy.
Okay. All right. Fine. Okay.
Don't waste your energy.
So we can move on.
We actually should talk more about this River State thing, and I would like to get Tokumbo's take on it, because when we discussed it yesterday, you were not at the bar.
No, I wasn't here.
Yeah, I would like to get your take on it. What do you think? What do you think is going on really between the sitting governor Fubara and the immediate past governor, whom everybody knows is Fubara's benefactor in quotes?
Yeah, sometimes when let me go on the outskirts a little bit before I come back inside. When things like this are happening, there have been so many times that some issues would have shown their light maybe 10 years ago, and we didn't take any heed of.
Okay.
I tell a lot of my friends who are into politics that sometimes majority of us who don't know much about politics, how you decide things going on, we're in a position to see where this knock will come and this fight will start from.
Okay.
When you are in politics, the first thing I think they taught us many years ago, make sure that you do not run foul of the codes and dictates of your party.
Okay.
Your leader, sacrosanct, must have a final say on every issue. You must not be seen to be challenging any chair close to where the man is or the woman is. You must be subservient in everything. You should, and I see, honestly, that Nigerian politics is gone beyond textbook matter. We have so put our own influences, personalized things in such a way that it is, do you know who I am? You are speaking to an elder. You must respect an elder. I do not know where the fabrics of the situations are, but I think it's all about what Fela called a power show at a point in time.
Okay.
Power show is relative, but is affecting most of the things and decisions we take in this country.
All right.
People want to be where they want to be, and they must be respected, given respect accordingly. Wike is now FCT. Because he's FCT, the unwritten codes are that anything happening between his position and the presidency, he has to be very careful, because they always think that you were put there for a reason and a purpose. Pay that trump first and don't go beyond it. I think we've gotten to that point, and it is very, very, very difficult. And I ask myself, what kind of politics are we playing?
Okay.
But nobody has mentioned. Nobody has proper evidence to say that
Nyesom
Wike has anything to do with it.
In fairness to him, some sort of valedictory interview with Chamberlain. It was the Channels TV crew.
Yeah.
And Chamberlain asked him, what happens if, Fubara falls out of line or one? And he said, look, you've had your own chance as governor for 8 years. Because you helped someone or you worked with someone to become governor doesn't mean you lord it over the person or that your wife will come to call the shots and everything like that. You should step aside and allow the person do his thing. But if it's only when it comes to you for advice. That if it doesn't come to you for advice, you would leave him alone. That you should allow him thrive and do his own thing the way he wants to do it. That if he has a falling out with Fubara, that he's not going to be bothered. That he has done his own and he's ready to leave. And this was Wike on tape.
Yeah.
And
he has not said anything other than
all
that.
the things that everybody has said till today. He has not responded to any of these things. I know him. He knows when to, and he talks, and he knows when to talk. But even if there is a Wike somewhere pushing buttons, someone should advise Governor Sim Fubara that he should not support illegality in the name of establishing his own stance. Now, he has the power to remove all the local government chairmen that he has removed. He's done that. He has announced that. But 8 members of assembly cannot elect a speaker,
new speaker
where there are 24 members who are not suspended, when the speaker has not been impeached, when there's no mace.
You can't impeach a speaker with 8. You can't do all that.
And Governor Fubara is tweeting and he's saying congratulations.
This is the time
to the new speaker.
No, there's something you raised.
To the so-called new speaker, when there's an existing speaker.
But who is in charge?
That's my problem.
Who's in charge?
The House of Assembly, the governor is not in charge of the House of Assembly.
And the governor also made a mistake by going there physically.
He's not in charge. He's not in charge of the House of Assembly.
The law does not allow him to barge into that place, regardless of what's happening.
There are 32 members of the House.
That's procedural.
Yes.
And he went there.
He doesn't know.
It shows.
I think he knows.
He's been in government.
He wants to. It seems like he said, whatever it is, you should do things according to the law. We're in 2023. The House has 32 members. 8 people sat in a building in the government house and then elected a new speaker. 8 people, and they said they impeached the old one. 8 out of 32 is 1/4
It's not possible.
of the House. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It does not make any sense.
And the speaker you elected is the same person that was suspended in the morning.
In the morning by the larger house.
Kangaroo.
All right.
Anyway.
Kangaroo court, right?
Naira Marley,
We will see how that goes.
Sam Larry.
Yeah. So now, Naira Marley and Sam Larry have now sued the police and the magistrate for 20 million naira each for continued detention.
Who's writing the scripts for us?
So the story is that they had put themselves up. They had they went to the police and they were detained by the police. The police went to the court to get them an extended stay with them, which the court granted a 21-day extended stay. According to report, it is the 27th day. They are not being charged with anything yet. Why are they being held?
The law is not about sentiments. The law is not about hype. It's not about one is they said this or they said that. The law is about facts. And if after all the information that the police have released to the public, we've seen what they've released, right? They have not in any way indicted these 2 guys. They should either charge them to court now or release them. Release them on bail, release them on administrative or whatever thing. Ask them to report to the station from time to time. But you can't hold them beyond the law. You have held them, for 21 days plus. And you knew you didn't want to break the law. The police did not want to break the law. That's why they went to a judge to get, the right to hold them.
Now you're breaking the law.
Now you're breaking the law that you didn't want to break. And what kind of country are we trying to build here? This is a trial that has gone on in the courts.
I think that this alone, you're literally
opinion.
destroying the case you're trying to build.
No, the case
With
has
your
been destroyed.
illegality. Yeah, I
The
think
case has
that
been
the
destroyed, as
police
far as I'm
needs
concerned.
Yeah.
The
They
case
need-
and
Yeah.
do you notice the trail of what we've been discussing since morning?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
illegality.
Illegality.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking about illegality, a dismissed spy police have been arrested for allegedly robbing a popular skip maker. So the story,
Police again.
yes. So the story is that a particular policeman that had been dismissed, a spy police that has been dismissed, has been terrorizing people, even after he was dismissed. He was going to meet his Waterloo when a particular skip maker was harassed, and she decided to make a video, and his face was in this video,
Captured. Yeah.
was captured, and that was how he was being traced by the police, and he was arrested, and they found out that he had been earlier dismissed. Now, my question is that what does the police do for people that they dismiss? Because in the last couple of months, they've dismissed a lot of people. They derobed a lot of policemen. What do they do to ensure that these people don't still keep oppressing people? Because a lot of people, yes, you will post these things online. A lot of people might not see it. And the places where they live and all that, probably still see them as police officers. And they probably will still be extorting people and doing all sort of things.
A police force that does not kit its members, a police force that more or less forces policemen to use their own funds to buy their own uniforms. Let them come and say, I'm lying here. How do you collect uniform from me when you did not buy uniform
buy
for
it.
me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you say you want to collect the one you gave me, what about the ones that I've had to use my money to buy?
Are you returning the money?
You cannot
The
collect
ones in
it.
the
me.
house.
Refunding
The
money.
uniform is
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
I'm basically pointing out to you that there was a time when Nigerian policemen had to use their funds. Ask them, we talk to them, they will tell you.
So if I did that, I now own the uniform. It belongs
More
to
or
me.
less, more
So
or
when
less.
when I'm taking a walk out of the
When you resign,
I have to
when
take
you
it alone.
retire,
I have at home.
when you retire or resign or whatever,
Yeah.
do they take back those uniforms? That's one. Two, can they now stop the criminal-minded person from sewing it? Because after all, tailors are making these clothes for them. It's the truth. Let's face it. So let's start from police welfare. Take good care of the police. You know, let them have their remunerations. Let them get their uniforms properly made for them and everything. And now, get back to monitoring even the so-called official. Now, there are a lot of checkpoints in Lagos now. They are back. They're everywhere.
The checkpoints are back. I was
So,
about to say that.
How do you know the one that is legal and illegal? And at one moment, the IG says, no checkpoints. No checkpoints. There will be press releases to that effect. Before you know it, there are checkpoints everywhere. So how do you know? How do you stop them? Monitoring. Monitoring. You don't rest. You keep going out until they get the
They get
message.
the message, yeah. Anyway, quite quickly before we go, the Senate has now approved Zacchaeus Adedeji's nomination as the FIRS chairman. Also, good news for the people of Ogun State, as the governor has launched the compressed natural gas mass transit buses.
Okay.
A big shout out to him
That's
for
good.
doing that.
That's great.
At least
Really,
if CNG
really
is
good.
250 per kg, like they said it will be, massive savings. So, and clean energy too.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
cleaner. It's cleaner energy.
Yeah.
And finally, before we go, the ICPC has now charged a suspended University of Calabar professor with sexual harassment.
That man's story long. The story long. It's a long story.
Yeah, but I'm happy that
But the
people
ICPC
feel
taking
that,
it up is a good thing.
it's a good thing. You people should not get away with nonsense.
There was a time in this country where those cases don't get anywhere.
They don't get anywhere.
But with
yeah.
the ICPC, I expect results.
So it has always been the ICPC issue.
No,
I
it's
think
supposed to be the
So what
police.
happened?
police, but the ICPC probably seems to want to take this up this time, and I don't feel that.
As long as
If
somebody's
it's-
taking
If
it
it's
up.
in that jurisdiction, Please.
I support what they're doing, but I'm only telling them there's a lot more to cover.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Definitely.
A lot more to
yeah.
cover. That's just one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, and on that note, that is all we'll take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you very, very much for watching. We will be back again at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of the bar. Do you have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead?